What's your name, Elegance?
Martha Gellhorn.
What was interesting for me was that she starts the film out and she says, I was probably the worst bed partner on 5 continents, yet she has this torrid love affair with Hemingway.
Hemingway meets his match with her. She's terribly bright, a serious writer in her own right, and they just embarked on a very passionate affair.
They covered all the great wars of their time, but the war they couldn't survive was the war between themselves.
Get in the ring, Gellhorn. See what you're made of.
It was based in chaos, and that's a sort of a riveting place to start a relationship, but it certainly produced this fantastic love affair that also produced great work for both of them.
Okay, enough, Hemingway. I get it. There's a war going on. Don't trust anyone.
Best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them.
They went from country to country. They became war correspondents. He left his wife.
You think that this Gellhorn cares about you? She will leave you a broken man.
Life was thrilling.
Our job is to give voice to the voiceless.
They went from Key West, they went to Spain to cover the Civil War, they traveled to China, they bought a house in Cuba.
Papa doesn't want you to go.
Come with me.
We loved the challenge of making a movie that has big scope, big size, big emotions.
He really aimed high, Phil, with this, because he said we need stories about women like this in the world.
He's brilliant at storytelling.
Bravest woman I ever saw.
So much of the relationship between Martha and Hemingway is that they have to be sparring partners.
Hemingway!
Clive was the perfect choice because he's just such a brave actor.
So just the two of us step outside, me general.
You can't play somebody like Hemingway and treat it like you do every other film. I've read everything that he wrote, I read everything about him that was written. I went to Cuba and just immersed myself with everything Hemingway. A lot of the movie is the two of us together, and it was a huge thrill that Nicole was Gellhorn because she's such a phenomenal actress.
Someone has to go. Someone has to write about this.
I mean, someone has to leave.
Martha Gellhorn was, by many accounts, the greatest war correspondent of all time.
She put her feelings on the line. She was a great writer, a great journalist.
Wherever there were troubles going on around the world, she wanted to be there and to be writing about it and reporting on it.
It's over! It's enough!
I made you!
Stories about women that did things that weren't the norm, that actually show us how to do it. I think they're important stories.